dictionary defines music as a form of art that combines vocal or instrumental sounds to create composition. But how do I define music? Yeah, it's an arrangement of sounds and voices, but it's also so much more than that. Music expresses what cannot be said and what cannot remain silent. Music isn't what we do, it's who we are. Whether we're the ones who promote it, create it, listen to it, or support it, we are the local music scene.
Hi, my name is Justin Kopchik. I drum for the band Through the Gates.
Hi, my name is Gene. I'm the vocalist for Through the Gates.
How do we start the band? Well, me and our old singer Nathan, we decided that we wanted to start a band. We had friends in different groups in high school and people that we known. We all got them together and just started making music. He was actually he wasn't even in the band when we started. He joined 6 months after we started, after our singer quit, and he actually just quit his band Aura. And then so it all worked out perfectly where he was able to join, and we had like 2 months before the next show, so we were able to practice. He was able to get all the words down, and then we played another show, and then 2 days later, that night actually, we left for Roswell to play another show, and that was really cool. So that's the basic generalization of how we started.
Basically what he said when I started, it was just back-to-back shows. You know, our first show is here in town. It was a all local fest, and it was pretty cool to just represent the local scene right away. And it was me leaving a band and them losing a really important member, so it kind of just meshed really well. And at first it was just going to be a couple of just shows to see how it goes here and there, but we hit it off pretty well, and then they decided they wanted me to be their permanent, so yeah, that's how we took over. So do people think differently of our genre or want to oppose our music? Maybe. I think it's all opinion, really. If you go to a show, people go really, I think, for the energy or what the crowd, what the crowd really wants, what the band can bring. So I think it doesn't really matter what the genre is. I think you just have to really take action on that genre and really impact people in liking your band to that genre, connecting those two.
I don't think it's hard to get people to like this music. I think a lot of people think when screaming is involved in the music that it can take away from what people think of it, or even if people like it, because it's a strange thing to get a hold of. Even when I first started listening to music, I thought this music was awful. Like I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't sit through a song. And now this is all I'm doing. The venues here are great. Like recently we had actually a couple close. We had Blackwater and Amp close, and Amp was I actually wasn't around when Amp was. I went to 3 Amp shows, but from what people tell me, it was amazing. It was just like a close-knit family. People came and supported, even just all local acts, which is unheard of. There would be a sold-out show. There'd be 300, 400 people there in this tiny room, and they'd all be going crazy for some band they've never heard of, or even didn't like. They didn't even like the people. They'd still go down. It was a cool place from what I heard. And the times that I went, they were great. I got one chance to play there, and it was something that I've always wanted to do. And then another venue we had was Blackwater, and that just recently closed, and that was cool because they were bringing bigger shows to have local bands open for. And then because of that, there was about a good 4 or 5 months where there wasn't any venues. It was one of those things that it was hard to get places to play a show, but now things are coming back up. We got a new Gasworks, the Works. We have Gorilla Hawkins. We got Duke City Sound. Launchpad, Sunshine.
There's venues here.
Yeah. So I think it's coming back up. Generalization of the scene. I think it's people say it's dead, and I don't think it is. I guess it definitely wasn't as thriving, and I wasn't back here, when it was in 2008 when it was thriving. There was local shows and people were going to local shows, but I think there's still a good thriving scene here. There's kids that go out to shows, kids that want to play shows. There's good people coming in. Bad things to say about that scene is that there's not a lot about it. A lot of bad things you could say about it. People usually support, even if you don't even like the people in the band or even like the music, people will come and support you. It's very close-knit. I think it's the thing is just to go to shows, is to, even if you don't even know the new bands, is to go to the shows. It's not only good it's good for the venue. Without the venue, there's no music. Without the venue, there's not a local scene. So you're going to venues and you're buying a ticket, or even you're going to just be there. People are showing up. That means that, not only supporting the bands. Let's say if there's a new band and you go up and you show and you watch those people, the promoter will look at that band and be like, okay, cool, those people are drawing people to my venue to pay for this. That's a good way to do that. I think to support local bands is to buy tickets. The thing about Albuquerque and a lot of other places, you have to sell pre-sales, and so that way you bring out a crowd and you pay the promoter and they pay the bands. So when a band comes up to you and hey, buy this pre-sale, the best thing to do is to buy the pre-sale. Just being present is the best thing for the scene. Totally. Is to not to say that you care, but to be there and be like, I do actually care. I want to see this thrive.
Because I would rather play like a free show that had 100 people rather than a show we got paid $200 for 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about that, It's about showing your music to a lot of people and expressing that vibe with everyone in there, not just 10 people, So showing support is definitely the biggest thing to keep things running, to keep things going. And attending shows, that's like number one thing to keep shows going. So that needs to continue, if we want local scenes to grow and be strong, and that we're just trying to show something that, in Albuquerque, it's not about, hitting each other and butting heads with other bands. It's not about that, it's not about competition, it's about support. It's about, what we're trying to show and prove is that, you gotta be positive. It's just, if you're not thinking that way, then your scene's gonna die.
It's crazy to think that there's people that are that are hating on other bands, or that don't like that band, or they might have a problem with that band. But I think it's one of those things. It's crazy to think about. I don't know, I think a lot of times it's just like high school drama that comes into play with that. When you especially have younger people in bands and stuff like that, you're gonna get that feedback from other things and other people that might be negative towards you or to someone else. But and another thing I think when we first started the band, I made it prevalent to everyone that was joining or was thinking of joining, or is that nothing is solved with hate. You can't grow something. You can't even get anywhere in life with hatred. You always have to be positive. You always have to be caring. Always a good mindset changes things. Even when someone let's say moves you back, or starts rumors about this, you don't ever go back with him, with hate. You always try to be the bigger person. I tried. We started this band to be caring and to be loving, and to say that, because there's people that don't like certain members in the band, or don't like me, or don't like Gino, or our bassist, or whatever. And the thing is, I've always told them, they'll come to us and they'll be like, people are talking this, but just be the bigger man. Please go check out our EP, Forever Came Too Late. It's on our Facebook. You guys search Through the Gates, you guys can find it.
throughthegates.bandcamp.com.
Mm-hmm. That's the EP. We have a free single up there, and then a whole EP.
And June 19th, we leave on tour.
Be on the lookout for more information on that as we get everything finalized.
Yeah, and we'll be keeping you guys updated on our Facebook. So
please check us out on there. Yeah,
stay with us.
Stay connected.
My name's Jimmy Galvin and I play drums.
I'm Christopher Fernandez and I do vocals.
I'm Joseph Janita and I play guitar.
I'm Zane Bratt and I play bass.
And we are
Agony for the King! I pretty much just like got it together with a couple of old friends, and they pretty much all like parted ways with us, and then I found Zane along the way, and Zane pretty much built it up with me for a while, and we had a guitarist recently quit, and that's when this guy came into the picture. So, and just recently, like a couple months ago, we just brought Jimmy into it. Like, I was friends with him from Second Stand, so just asked him if he could drum for us, and that was pretty much it. Our genre is primarily like metalcore. Like, when I write a lot of our music, I like actually get a lot of inspiration from indie music, so. And then it just kind of, we throw it in with our style.
And it works.
And it works. I think it is a lot harder for us to put ourselves out there being a metalcore band.
I don't know. I think the style is a lot different. There are a lot of different bands that have that metalcore sound, since it doesn't go with that same step and that same headbang.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't go like that. It's something totally different, and that's why I joined this band, because I thought that it was something entirely new and something that could be worked with and be set into something.
I've loved a lot of the bands we've worked with lately. They're all really cool people. They're all down to earth, like on the same level as us. There's a lot of assholes, but a lot of great bands, a lot of great people, and a lot of awesome people that keep it going every day. And that's what really matters.
Yeah. Definitely people that want to actually do music and actually want it for them to be as a career.
The venues down here are pretty awesome. It sucked when so many shut down.
Yeah.
The Amp Center was like, that was like my place. I loved the Amp Center. I loved Don and everyone that works there.
That was depressing when it shut down, man. That was like my favorite place to play.
Yeah, my first show was there too, so it really sucked when that got torn down, but the venues now are still pretty sweet. I love the Jam Spot, and we're playing the Duke City Soundstage pretty soon too, along with Blue Phoenix, so we'll be able to check those out.
They're definitely an upcoming venues.
Yeah.
Duke City, Blue Phoenix, the Compound too.
Yeah.
Of course, and I mean Launchpad is still there.
Yeah.
That's definitely gonna be something.
When you're a local band, you're not going to have like dedicated fans right there from the beginning, so it just kind of starts out with like telling your friends like, hey, you guys want to come check out my band. But lately, with all the shows we've been playing, we've invited a few of our friends, and we've actually been making like tons of fans that are actually coming up to us and telling us how much they like us and enjoy us, and it's like the greatest feeling when we actually like have people there at the show like that are screaming for us and going crazy, because you don't really see that often at local shows, and when it happens, it's pretty awesome. It's like the greatest feeling. They make us feel like rock stars, and we're not.
Yeah.
When people start moshing, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people love to move to the music,
Yeah.
it makes you want to even play better and, you know, strive for that.
And they're just standing there like statues, it makes you feel kind of awkward.
So anybody who watches this, don't stand like a statue at our show.
It's not good.
All we need is people to believe in us, and that's enough as it is. Like, we're broke as fuck, but I mean, if they purchased merch or future merch or stuff, that'd be cool. But honestly, like, as long as I know people can like vibe with us and believe in us, that's all I need. Like, that's better than all the money in the world, when in my mind. We all try to like stay really down to earth about it. We don't like people who are always like super cocky about what they do, and so we try not to be that way either.
It's definitely appreciating what we love to do.
Yeah, I mean, these people are coming out to see a local band that they've probably like never heard of and that they probably don't give two shits about, but they're still putting themselves there just to be there, and that in itself, you owe them like the world's respect for that, because they don't know you, they don't know who you are, but they're still there for you. If anyone wants to check out our future EP, it's going to be titled Swevins, and we hope everyone likes it. Oh, and just the people that support our band, they're awesome.
Yeah.
You guys keep doing what you do, because it gets us through the day.
We love you all.
vocals.
I'm Jake and I play guitar.
I'm Alec and I play guitar.
I'm Elijah and I play drums.
And we're Louder Than Sirens. So we formed, I don't know, it's been like a year and a half, and then just kind of picked up members from there and lost a couple people, but this is us right now.
Yeah, this is us.
Our genre of music is, I guess, considered progressive metalcore. We sing and we scream, and we have breakdowns and soft parts, and it's, we have a lot of diverse sounds in our music, but if you're comparing it to other types of music other than metal, then yeah, it's a little bit harder to get people to show up.
Especially with the fact that most of our generation is about partying and electronic music.
But yeah, it's definitely harder to get like people to come out to metal shows just because it's not a huge genre.
Before I joined the band, the music scene was a lot bigger, but it seems like it's coming around a little bit more. Like it's definitely growing. Our shows have gotten bigger and bigger, and we're, you know, I don't know if it's more because the scene's getting bigger, if we're getting better shows, but from what I can tell, the scene's getting a little bit better and growing more.
Especially with the fact of a lot more venues opening around town.
Yeah. It's sick too because the kids that go to the shows here are kind of like diehard supporters, and it helps a lot. Especially some of the bands around here, they have a bunch of supporters, and it helps out a lot for sure.
It goes a lot deeper than just supporting Louder Than Sirens. It's because to have a successful music scene, you have to support all the bands and show up for as many shows as you can. You know, like we always love people coming out to our shows, but it's a lot bigger than that. So
I think the biggest thing is like we all like there's other bands and us, like we work really hard for the music we write and stuff, and like we need to put it out there to people and have more listeners.
yeah.
Financially, most of what we do comes straight out of pocket.
Yeah, we don't ever get paid or anything, which isn't an issue, but it's just I don't know. I want to make it feel like it's worth our while. Like
We rarely get paid, but it's I mean, it's just part of being a local band. But I guess just the good times that came out of it came in enough, but yeah, financially it sucks.
It does suck, especially when we play out of town shows and you know we don't get paid during that either. But
yeah,
that's
so
okay.
we pretty much pay all our money out of gas to get there and back, and pay for food and everything.
And of course, all of our instruments and maintenance on them, that's completely out of pocket too.
It's a little rough, but it's always worth it. This is what we want to do, so you know it's always worth the money.
Just having more people show up would improve the scene itself, and then really one of the biggest problems with the scene here, and I'm not calling any bands out or anything, but it's just there's a lot of bands here that see the music scene as a competition, and that's kind of where everything goes wrong, because it should be about the other bands supporting each other and just showing up, or you know, even if it's not your type of music, just to show up, keep the scene alive, would do, you know, big things. You know, every day is pretty much a mystery with us. We suck at planning things out. But I mean, we tend to get shit done. It's just how we work best, and we just kind of are laid back about things. And we're gonna have the album out within the next 2 months, and then within the next few months, we're hoping to have a tour organized at least. So at least in 6 months to have the tour planned out and dates announced. I think overall, our main goal, whether it be 6 months or whether it be just to play more fun shows, meet some more cool people, and make good friends, and share our music with whoever wants to hear it.
As long as we're keeping on making music, that's the big thing, that's for sure.
Like I said, we're recording an album next month, and we hope to have that out within 2 months at least. And other than that, tonight is the only show we have scheduled right now. But if you're interested in finding out our upcoming shows, you can hit us up on Facebook at Louder Than Sirens or Instagram at Louder Than Sirens Official. We have a Twitter that we never use, and we all kind of suck at Twitter. But yeah, I mean, other than that, we're just focusing on our album after this, and so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Hello, I am Nathan Covert, and I sing for the band Paragraphs, and you just yell a bunch. We started the band about 6 months ago, but didn't really take it seriously, and started only taking it seriously about 4 months ago. All of us have been in and out of bands and stuff, but this is like the first one that like we decided to take seriously. The genre of music that Paragraphs plays is kind of, we call it Super Saiyan pop punk. It's weird. It's like a mix of pop punk and then a mix of like melodic hardcore. We try and kind of put the two together. Being in this genre, definitely, it's weird. Everyone in the band has liked pop punk and that kind of music for like forever. I mean, listen to Blink-182, Sum 41, The Descendants, just like a whole bunch of pop punk music, and it was never really popular in our generation until like a year or two ago. So seeing it's like growing, it's kind of cool being a part of that, like trying to be a part of that at least, and people like, oh, it's on Tumblr now, it's cool, and so people are kind of getting on it because it's cool and stuff. But definitely about a couple of years ago, it was weird because nobody liked it. Everyone just wanted to be in a metalcore band or a deathcore band, and that's where it was at. So I guess recently it's not super hard to get people engaged in the music because that's just what's in now, but you know, who knows when that's going to fade away. What music means to me personally is I think it's kind of a symbiosis between people. It's a thing that connects us. You can go to a show and hear and learn from way more than any kind of, you know, preacher or politician or anything. Like, just kind of like, you can get so caught up in being with each other and moving along with each other that music kind of just connects us. It's just kind of a way to express how you're feeling, and then through that everyone just kind of gets the same emotion and kind of gets on the same level, if only for a 30-minute set or whatever. But it's just kind of like, I think music's the ultimate connection between people. Yeah. Being on stage and being able to sing to people kind of gives you a place to be able to speak to people that would normally not listen to you. You know, you've got like the DKC hardcore kids or whatever, and you've got like the pop punk kids and scene kids and all these kids that will come together every once in a while and get to see you play, and it kind of gives you a spot of where I can talk to them and be like, okay, well, this is what I think about life and about situation, and this is what I think, you know, this means, and this is what I think is, you know, good and bad in music, and you know, we kind of represent that as our music, like what we like in music. And so it kind of gives you an opportunity to speak when you're not usually, when people wouldn't respect you otherwise. Seeing people go crazy for your music is amazing. It's like working really, really hard and then seeing someone appreciate it is like the best thing ever. And it's not for pride, it's not to make yourself feel better, it's just to see that you're doing something good, and that it's like worth it. It's just kind of like a reminder that what you're doing is worth it. So yeah, I love when people come to our shows and get as nuts as we do, because that's what we're all about. So some stuff about the local music scene. A lot of people say that it's dead, and I would agree. You never see any bands make it out of New Mexico unless they're like Broken Side, and I apologize to anybody that's watching this not in New Mexico. I apologize for that, on behalf of every kid that ever liked Broken Side. But no, it's just kind of a black, I think personally, kind of like a black hole. It's just, nobody knows how to be a community. Everyone's competing with each other and stuff. It's kind of rough being in the New Mexico music scene, and I feel like that's why so many bands, if they don't make it automatically, they move or they give up. It's kind of hard being in this New Mexico music scene, I think, but it's definitely, there's still cool aspects of it. Like, you see good bands doing stuff. Like, I have really good friends in Aura and Flood State and all these really good bands that I think deserve everything that they're ever going to get. So I guess what would make it better, or maybe just like improve it a little bit, I guess it would just be for people to kind of get out of their own way and stop trying to be the aspect of the music that they're portraying, not try and be like the front man or the image. Just kind of like get out of your own way and do the music. Let the music speak for itself, because that's what it's about. And I feel like if people did that and kind of just left the drama somewhere else and left the human aspect of it and just kind of let the music do the talking, I feel like it would be a lot more improved, because people would come together a lot more efficiently to do that. The venues here in Albuquerque are pretty cool. A couple of them got shut down, but that's just how it goes. I think that my favorite local venue is probably the Works. It was the old Gasworks, and they shut down and became the Works. But there's a couple. There's like the Works, Duke City Sound, Blue Phoenix. Those are kind of the local venues. We have bigger venues like Launchpad and Sunshine. Those are the venues that bring in like bigger bands like The Story So Far and Imure, something like that. Those kind of bigger bands, and those venues don't usually let locals play. And if you do, you're very, very fortunate, and you're doing something right if you're allowed to play Sunshine and Launchpad. But other than that, there's a couple local venues like the Works and stuff like that let local bands play. And there's even a lot of house shows. A couple of the houses like the Fishbowl and Bungalow. Those are some house venues, and people just go there, bring their equipment, play. Our first show was actually Belen Fest. And for those of you that don't know, Belen Fest is a giant, local, almost huge house show up in Belen, and the best locals play there. I mean, Music Is the Enemy, Aura, Supreme Verdict, all these just like really good bands. Flood State's my favorite. But these really big bands would come together for Belen Fest, and fortunately that was Paragraph's first show. We got to play that. And our next show that we have coming up pretty soon is State Champs, which is a kind of big pop punk band. And then the show after that, we're playing with this band called Paper Towns. So we're very fortunate and very humbled by the fact that already we're getting to play really cool shows that we get to, that the bands that we're playing with we love and we like to listen to on our own time. So we are very fortunate that we get to play with those bigger bands. But yes, we have had the opportunity to play with our favorite bands, and it's great, and I love it, and so I don't ever want that to stop. Having a local support, any kind, is definitely the most beneficial thing you can do, because without the hometown fan base or people that care about you, you're not going to go anywhere, because that's where you start out. That's where you get that's where you get your what is the word I'm trying to say? That's how you get your contacts to be able to do what you want to do. Local support's very, very important, honestly, and I feel like if a band doesn't have local support, then they don't have anything at all. Hopefully, I see us as still being humble, trying to do what we want to do. It'd be really cool if we can kind of progress in a bigger way, but I feel like none of us are in this to get big. We just like making music. So I guess in 6 months, hopefully we're still a band and we're still playing shows and we're still loving it, and even hopefully in a year or 2 years, whatever, hopefully we're still humble and still us and not changing, because that's what that can happen, is you can just change a lot, get recognized a couple times, and you start getting the biggest dick in the room, and that's not what we're about. So yeah, hopefully we're still happy with it. Paragraphs has a Facebook page. You can go find it on Facebook or whatever. We're gonna have a show June 9th or 8th. June 9th. Paper Towns. Come hang out. We're gonna have, probably within the next month, we're starting to record our EP. So look for that. It's called I Wasn't Missing You most of the time. And that's about it. Yeah, just come like us on Facebook. Come to a show, hang out. We're really kind of awkward, weird people, but we love talking to you. So yeah, June 6th, Paper Towns. We'll walk through everything, and all that I can say is that I'm sorry. This last goodbye, I will bring these sad songs with me, so you won't have to have any anymore.
My name is Brandon. I play guitar and do backup vocals.
I'm Rico. I play bass and sing.
Eugene, vocals.
Eric, I play guitar.
Neil, I play drums.
and we're Oath.
So Oath began as a project named This One Time at Band Camp, a project that Eric, our guitarist, started about 1 year ago, maybe about a year and a month ago. And it was meant to be a studio project, and later we just ended up adding enough members to make a complete band, and we ended up started playing shows, realized that we loved it, and this is how we got here.
We play, it's just sort of heavier metalcore, but also heavy on the melodic side. There's not really a good genre to place us under other
We're
than...
a core band.
Yeah, we're just a core band.
A core band, yeah. I think in this genre and in this city in particular, it's a little bit easier actually to get people to come out to hardcore shows, since the hardcore scene out here is so much more prominent than any other sort of genre. So it's always been a little bit easier in that sense. I think if we were in a different genre, it'd be a lot harder to get people to come out and sell pre-sales and, you know, support the scene.
Plus we have like a little bit of everything for everybody. We have the really heavy part, so people will get moving, get going. Bring it in with the soft part, people will be like, ooh, that sounds good. You hear that? That sounds good. And it's overall just feels good. So.
The local scene, Albuquerque is a very small city in terms of any sort of music scene, and would like to say that it's made a very strong come up in just the past year. I know it was very large before I had been in the music, and then it died down, but it's definitely on its way back up, and it's really awesome to see a bunch of bands making a lot of different moves, a lot of local bands here going on tour and making moves for themselves and making a name for themselves out here.
Plus,
a lot of people that had like just closed down their venues are like finally opening new ones. So there's like a bunch more places to play again, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think there's actually more now than there was before even. More venues have opened up than there was about a year or two ago. Okay. So we have the Jam Spot, we have Duke City Soundstage, we have the recently reopened Gasworks, now called The Works. We have the Launchpad, it's probably the second biggest venue in town. We have the Sunshine Theater. That's about all I can think of.
We got the brand new open Gorilla Hawkins. We have the reformed Blue Phoenix, otherwise known as the Compound 2, which is Joe Angel's new venue. And lots of great places sprouting up here in town.
There are a lot of bands that had beef in the scene a little while back when we were all known as Follow Silence, but ever since actually, as soon as most of the venues started closing down, we all kind of came together, realized that we make up the local scene, so we should try to empower it as opposed to stay divided, stay polarized. So yeah, for the most part, we get along with them.
Thank you, Brandon.
We all bring our different strengths. Eric's definitely the producer, makes most of the music. Brandon handles most of our promotions and most of our booking. Sometimes we all get hit up individually, but mainly it's Brandon that handles that. And as far as like press goes, everybody else just goes to Barry because he's like the face of the band. He's the body of the band.
Eric's the backbone for sure.
Yeah. For me, music, I don't know. This is like a terrible thing to say. I like it because it's the only thing I'm good at. No, but I don't know. I've been playing music for a long time, and it's just it's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. Whenever I don't know, things are hard, you just kind of music's there.
I've been playing drums since I was like 2, and so it's kind of just like how I express myself. Anytime I think about music, it's like how would I interpret that, or how would I do that differently? So playing music is kind of just like me. It's the way I show myself and say like whenever you think of Jamil, it's like, oh, drums or music. So that's just what it means to me, at least.
Music has been a terribly essential part to my life as of just about 2 years ago. I never thought that music could have such an effect on my life and be such a crucial part of my life. I never pictured myself being a musician. but since gaining musicianship, it's been the only thing on my mind day in, day out, and I think about it when I go to sleep. Music's my outlet, music's my form of expression. It's what brings me together with these gentlemen I call my brothers. That at the end of the day, I think that's all what music should be about, is about the way you express yourself and the way that you bond with your brothers. As for local support, it's absolutely everything to us. Without locals, bands don't get famous, and a lot of bands tend to forget that as they get more popular, that without their local support, they would have never been placed in the position that they're in to get famous or be on the road and succeed as a band. It's local support is everything.
And I think with us, like, a lot of what we want to achieve out of like local support isn't monetary in general. We just want to get sort of like our name out there. We want people to know us, to see us on social media, and get it spread around so that we can play elsewhere and expand our audience. That's really the goal with local support.
At the end of the day, we're all just trying to have fun with each other. Like, these are cool people that we get to see at shows every single time. Just honestly, seeing everybody smile or like get down, throw a punch or two, hug it out at the end, that's all the reward that we really need out of the local scene.
Okay, so you can find us on most social media under Oath Band ABQ, on Instagram, Oath Band, Twitter, Oath_band, everywhere else, Bandcamp, Facebook, Oath Band ABQ.
Check us out on Google+, check us out on Foursquare, check us out on Pinterest.
Oh yeah, hit us up on Tumblr. We upload booty pics all the time.
The camera's possessed by the devil. Hey, my name's Justin Kopchik. I play drums in Through the Gates.
My name's Gino. I'm the vocalist for Through the Gates. What? Oh, I play drums. I play vocals.
What? I sing.
We drink alcohol?
Really?
No.
Did you just give me alcohol?
Let's go.
All right. It's true. Look at bitches. Yeah, his mic check last night was so bad. It was like, check.
I play in Agony Before Defeat. Wait, what am I supposed to say? Are we saying
we're doing that? Yeah, we're doing that.
Okay. Sorry.
All boring. He's awesome. He's lame. He's kind of a cat.
When we're done, we're all looking like we just crawled out of hell, like got abused, like. And this motherfucker goes to the bathroom for 5 minutes, comes out fresh as fuck, and it's like, Jimmy, why? In fact, 3 out of 4 members in this band are Sagittariuses.
This guy never even...
No one ever showed.
Don't listen to Elijah. Anything he says in this interview
is
not a liar.
His mom didn't sign the waiver.
Okay. Wait, we're louder than what? I'm Ruben. I am a vocalist.
He's a good vocalist. I'm Jake, and I play guitar. I feel like we should restart that.
Yeah, look, I'm Ruben. Vocals.
I'm Jake, and I play guitar.
Hold on, can I do it last?
I'll do it then, okay? Alright.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you don't even know, bitch.
I got it, bitch.
You don't know.
Okay, go. I'm like the mom of the band. Yeah, it's cool. I'm like the rebellious on one. He's like the mentally challenged guy in the band.
Plus more towards post-hardcore.
Don't listen to this guy.
I would not.
Don't listen to this guy.
That's my opinion.
You guys nervous?
I'm not nervous.
Okay. I'm not nervous.
I still don't know what to do with my hands. I keep playing with my fingers.
Stick them in your pocket.
Is it weird to like pick your nose and whatnot?
Alright, I'm probably gonna look at the camera unless that's creepy. That's my kitty, by the way. super nice unless you like piss her off like
I'm
me.
like definitely allergic.
Are you for real?
It's
I'll
okay.
get out of here, no.
Oh my gosh, shut the door now.
Good, I just threw her against the wall. It's cool.
I'm sorry.
9 lives. Hey, we're Just Forever Ever End. We're a Messianic rap stuff core project.
Alright,
Interviewing.
so my name is Brandon. I play guitar and do backup vocals in Oath.
I thought you were taking a picture.
You're an asshole. He's an asshole. Can we get a shot of me and Eric hard styling with you guys doing some gang signs together? I bet you were still on film. This isn't a photo.
Oh yeah.
Is this a photo?
It's a video stuff.
Oh, that's it.
Pull me back.
You gotta go.
I'm Ricardo Andres Leiva Jr. I explicitly give my permission for these two lovely ladies to take whatever footage that has been shot here today and just do whatever they